Well, hello there, Space Monkeys. Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden. I have some good news for you. And not so much good news, but something that we'll laugh cynically at because the Democrats are doing something fucking hilarious right now. The Democrats and their strategists are actually doing a red-brown alliance. Something that the Democrats and a lot of their defenders, like the boutique left podcasters, have been calling us far lefties for the last 18 months. Now, we are not, in fact, a red-brown alliance. True lefties just won't donate anymore to the duopoly. That includes Republicans, but we want to hold the Democratic Party's feet to the fire by withholding our votes and our donations. And apparently that makes us, according to Emma Vigeland and Sam Cedar and some of these other fucking yuckos, Nazi collaborators or far-right extremist collaborators. But it's funny. The Democratic Party, which those two and their whole TYT Majority Report crew, who have been defending the Democratic Party tooth and nail, they are actually defending a party who is giving millions of dollars and bolstering and promoting far-right extremists, just like Hillary Clinton tried to do in 2015. The Pied Piper strategy, where, if you remember correctly, Hillary Clinton actually got to pick her opponents. She and her minions, it was revealed in the Podesta emails, were actually conspiring to promote three candidates in the Republican primaries who they thought would be easy to beat. And that was Ben Carson, Ted Cruz, and future President Donald Trump. So we can see how that strategy played out. They got exactly what they wanted. They got the opponent that they wanted, and Hillary Clinton was so loathsome, and the Democrats in general were so loathsome at the time, that she lost to a clown. And I think the outcome here is going to be very similar. They're doing the same thing where they're giving tons of money and promoting people that are far-right extremists in the Republican primaries because they think they'll be easy to beat. But I got news for you. This is going to turn out similarly to Hillary Clinton. The Democratic Party is fucking loathsome right now. They have a majority and the country's on fire. People are going to go to the ballot box and vote for anybody that doesn't have a D next to their name. So a lot of these extremists that they are in fact giving money to and doing a red-brown alliance with are going to get elected. And they want to blame us, the true humanist left, that really want to hold the duopoly's feet to the fire and get these politicians scared shitless and doing things that they actually campaigned on. Yeah, that's just projection. These people are the red-brown alliance. So the reason that a lot of us lefties anyway, the reason we go against Democrats is because they so often work behind the scenes with Republicans in Congress anyway. So how the fuck does that make any sense? I digress. This is from Sheer Post. Came out end of June. We won't read the whole thing here. It's called Why Centrist Democrats Love Promoting Right-Wing Extremists by Jeet Heer from The Nation. It's hardly news that Donald Trump is tightening his grip on the Republican Party by endorsing hard-right candidates in primary races across the U.S. Nor is it unexpected that even in races where Trump hasn't offered an endorsement, the passions of the MAGA movement are helping extremist candidates surge in these primaries. What is more notable is that some of these candidates have been buoyed by an unusual source: Democratic Party strategists who are spending millions to raise the profile of the most rabid Trumpists. That's a red-brown alliance, motherfuckers. So when Emma Vigeland and Sam Cedar, who tooth and nail defend the Democratic Party, just understand when they call other people red-brown alliance, that is pure projection. Writing the New York Times, Jonathan Weissman reports, quote, even as national Democrats set off alarms over the threats posed by far-right Republican candidates, their campaign partners are pursuing an enormously risky strategy, promoting some of those same far-right candidates in GOP primaries in hopes that extremists will be easier for Democrats to beat in November. And like I said, nobody's going to be easy for Democrats to beat in November. Just like Trump wasn't easy to beat. When you are as hated as Hillary Clinton or as hated as mainstream Democrats, the Democratic Party, are today, people are willing to vote for anything other than you. So this isn't going to work. It's going to be disastrous. As Weissman documents, quote, in Colorado, a shadowy new group called the Democratic Colorado is spending nearly $1.5 million ahead of the state's June 28th primary to broadcast the conservative views of State Representative Ron Hanks. Now, this came out June 26th. It's now the beginning of July. Hanks did not win. He lost to a guy named O'Day, and, it wasn't terribly close, but it didn't keep the Democrats from trying. They gave him $1.5 million. Weissman cites the Democratic Party's bolstering of Doug Mastriano, who took part in the January 6th riot and is now the Republican nominee for governor of Pennsylvania, as well as the party's intervention in other races such as California and Michigan. This game of bolstering the far right in order to get easier to defeat opponents is all the more cynical since it often involves kneecapping Republicans who accepted the 2020 election results and in some cases voted to impeach Trump. Given that the January 6th hearings are trying, with admittedly only partial success, to craft a bipartisan consensus against Trump's attempted coup, this boost the radicals strategy undermines the larger message the Democrats are pushing. No shit. No shit. They say that Trump is the most evil thing in the world, that he was going to bring in fascism. The only way to stop fascism was to vote blue, vote for Joe Biden. You put Joe Biden in there, and he and his Democrats, once they have complete control of Congress, go out there and get their strategists to give millions of dollars to Trumpists. Make it make sense. And then they have the balls to call other people a red-brown alliance. We'll just finish up here, guys. This cheap Machiavellian ploy is being criticized by both Democrats and moderate Republicans. Even on its own terms of amoral pragmatism, the strategy makes little sense. Since the upcoming midterms are widely predicted to be a Republican wave, and many of the elections take place in relatively close districts and states, the Democrats could be helping extremists not just win primaries, but also enter elected office. Recent polls in Pennsylvania show only a narrow lead for Josh Shapiro over Doug Mastriano, 49% to 46%. A Governor Mastriano is easily imaginable, and he could then use his power in 2024 to support a Trumpist coup. The Democrats, in part thanks to their own adventurism, might well face a much larger, more energized, and more authoritarian Republican Party after the midterms. That's damn right. They're basically injecting the Republican Party with, like, Trumpist steroids. They're helping MAGA. Literally. They're helping MAGA. As Alex Shepard noted in the New Republic, quote, if Democrats, and perhaps Nancy Pelosi in particular, really believe that American democracy is under siege and that Trump and his disciples are an existential threat to the Republic, then this is obviously not the fate they should be tempting. That's damn right. But they are. Why is that? Is it that they really don't hate Republicans as much as they say? They don't even hate extremist Republicans as much as they say. The Democrats work very well with a lot of extremist Republicans in office right now. And that's the reason the true left, the far left, that they say is a red-brown alliance with Nazis and far-right extremists, is not in fact that. We hate the duopoly because they collaborate with far-right extremists. So this is just ironic to me. It makes me laugh. And all the people that are out there defending the Democratic Party, saying that anybody who doesn't defend the Democratic Party and the squad members, that they somehow are collaborating with far-right extremists, while at the same time they're defending a party who is not just in its being anemic and not governing well, is setting itself up for failure, and that by itself is going to usher in fascism because they're setting up the Republicans to dunk on them. Not just that. They're actually giving them money. They're giving these people money so that they can more easily dunk on them. So you guys tell me, who's the real, far-right extremist collaborators? Is it the Democratic Party? Is it the Democratic strategists giving money to the extremist righties in hopes that they'll be easier to beat in November? Or is it the far left who is like, fuck both these stupid capitalist parties? The Democrats work together closely with the Republicans to screw poor people all the time. And under Biden, this country has spiraled into techno-fascism in a way that it didn't under Trump even. So you tell me, who's really defending against fascism? Is it the far left, or is it these fucking boutique lefties, democratic reformationists, and straight-up neolibs? Because I think it's that second group. Anyway, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. Read the whole article for yourselves. But I just think it's funny. It's all of the people saying that that everyone else other than themselves on the left is a Nazi collaborator or a far-right extremist collaborator who are actually giving millions of dollars to far-right extremists. I couldn't have written it better myself, and I'm a satirist. Keep fighting that good fight out there, guys. I'll talk to you later.